Hi, my beautiful lovelies. Welcome back to my memoirs and a few pages from my diary. As promised, I said I will try as much as possible to be consistent. I just uploaded my last video a few days ago, actually a few hours ago. I'm now editing this one, so I'm really trying to be as consistent as possible in documenting my simple farm life. So funny enough, I think I've realized that I mostly start my vlogs at around lunchtime. I think this is either the second or third video where I'm starting it off by making lunch. Either way, food is medicine to the soul, so yeah, it's okay. On this particular day, it was just me and my two boys. The girls had gone to school, so I did not make lunch for the whole family. It was just me and the boys, and I made something very simple. It was just ugali and mchicha, that is amaranth. Is it amaranth or amaranth? Yeah, so that's usually a very quick meal to prepare, especially if you're using firewood. Firewood makes things go very fast as compared to charcoal and gas. So yeah, decided to start a new vlog with this one. I did not want to waste the fire, so this is leftover maize from what we harvested from our last harvest, and I wanted to make some githeri for supper. So I had sorted out the beans, and yeah, I wanted to put that on the fire, and there is our lunch. We have started experiencing some light showers, some rain here and there, especially early in the morning and late in the evening. Though generally the weather is so hot, the sun is scorching, and we really appreciate the rain. I wish it could have rained much more so that we can get some water, because we still have water issues, but either way, the little that we get we still appreciate. So I was just from doing my dishes, and my compound has been very dirty because I do not have a broom. I don't have a broom, and I have looked for brooms here around, but there is no shop that is selling brooms. That is so weird. I am used to seeing brooms everywhere, especially from the coast, because most of the brooms are made from makuti. Yeah, the coconut leaves. Are they leaves? Yeah. So I just find it very strange. But either way, my compound is looking very bad. So I had a mission to look for a broom, because the one that I'm having right now, I'm really struggling with it. And it's very embarrassing. So this is just me. I saw something close to a broom, and I was just going to see if it's still there so that I can use it now henceforth. So a very good friend of ours bought land somewhere down our farm. We'll go down there. Yeah. So she had to create a road to transport her building materials to her land, and these rocks, these stones, is just part of those materials. And because this place is still virgin land, the area is not demarcated. So she created a road leading down to her shamba, which is down there. She had to ask for permission from this side of the shamba, which is, it belongs to somebody else, and then this other side of the shamba, that is where our land ends. Yeah, so that boundary where the road ends, that's where our land ends. So because of this clearance of the road, I am very grateful because I have been able to get a lot of firewood. A lot of firewood. This is how our house or our farm looks like from the other side. So during the evening or early in the morning, I usually pass by here to collect firewood. It's also a way of clearing the area for her, so that when she wants to come and deliver her materials, it's going to be much more clearer, for lack of a better word. So as you see, that's the firewood, and the road leads all the way down to that place. So she has land from there henceforth to those hills that you're seeing. Yeah. And one of the advantage or disadvantage of living or buying land in virgin areas, you have to create your own paths because they are not there once you buy them. This place is completely a forest. But either way, I think it's also exciting, though it's a bit expensive, but it's also exciting because you get to map out how you would want your farm to look like. Yeah. So back to the broom. I saw this and I was like, this is the perfect skeleton of a shrub that I could use as a broom for our compound. So this is what I have been wanting to come and pick, and because I did not find anything better than this, I decided to come and take it and see how it's going to serve me. I was so very eager to start using it, and this is just me trying it out and seeing whether it was a good idea or not. It sweeps really well, but it is very big. Later on, I had to separate the stems so that I could get around 2 or 3 brooms came out of there. Yeah, it was much more easy to handle, but it sweeps very well. And it is also good because, as you know, I have back problems from my 2 CSs of my 2 last babies, so bending is usually a problem for me. And since having this broom, I don't need to bend. Yeah, it makes life a bit easy. LG, life is good. So the only problem is this day was very windy. Our place is very sunny, but at the same time very breezy and very windy. So it was useless sweeping at this time. The best time to sweep is usually very early in the morning or I think very early in the morning, even late in the evening, it's still windy and very chilly. So I was just trying it out, and just wanted to see how, you know, how well it sweeps, and it's a tick for me. So I decided to stop at that, and I was going to sweep the next day in the morning when there is not enough wind, because it was just zero work. Kept on sweeping and the leaves kept on flying about everywhere. But all in all, yeah, I'm happy that I got that broom. I'm starting to mix words. I'm happy that I got the broom. Yeah, it has really helped. Apart from the broom, I also managed to get three shrub stumps, as you can see, from my friend clearing up that place to make a road to her shamba. So I went and gathered all the shrub stumps so that I can be able to border my pathway. Yeah, and I tried to make it. I'm trying to make this place a bit beautiful. Landscaping is very expensive, so I'm trying to do it on a budget, very simply, with just things that are readily available. And so far I'm loving it. Yeah, I went and I've been collecting these tree or shrub stumps every single day. I'll go and carry maybe 2 or 3 and come and align them at the end of the area where I want no grass to grow. Yeah, so I still have this place to go. I started on the front, at the front of the house, so I have this other place to go, which I'm going to be doing slow by slow. But so far so good. I'm slowly making this place look like a home or a homestead, and I am happy for that. So I'm really grateful for her clearing that place, because I have gotten a lot of things: the broom, the firewood, and of course the tree stumps. There is something that I want to start doing in my life from now henceforth, which I think I've been doing, but not quite as much as I'm supposed to, because when I think of it, I feel as if I should be doing it more, and that is giving thanks or having gratitude. I'm just from watching a video. It was a sermon, I think, of one of these ministers, and he was saying that somebody's prayer somewhere is what you currently have now. There is somebody somewhere who is praying effort, as in heavily, or praying so deeply to have the things that I have or the things that you have. There's a time in my life that I really wanted to live off grid and have a farm. There was a time in my life that I was thinking of quitting my job and wondering how life will be after. But now I actually have those things, and I don't know if it's human nature or I don't understand. There's always, you aspire to get things, and then once you get them, you aspire to get more things. There's no day that a human being will ever be content with whatever little or whatever more that they have. And with that said and done, 2 things. First, to be grateful. Just waking up in the morning and having life, and having a healthy life, and being surrounded by people that you love, and being where you want or where you are. There's the small things like having a meal on my table, because that is something that, there was a time in our lives even having that meal was a problem, and right now we can afford 2 meals. I know it sounds crazy, but sometimes I take that for granted, and I want to forgive myself for that. But I want to start being grateful. So those little things, having a house. I remember we slept outside for 14 days under a tree. That's a video for another day. And just appreciating the little things. So I want to incorporate that in my life. Waking up in the morning and saying those small things that I'm grateful for, writing them down maybe, or just thinking about them and appreciating that. That's number one. And number two is not worrying about the things that I am worrying about right now. Telling myself that back then, maybe 2, 3 years ago, there are things that I really, really wanted. And if I look deep down in my life, I have those things. So with that, I'm trying to console and comfort myself that whatever I want, it will just come at the right time. Yeah. There's a certain routine that I follow in the evening, and one of that is making sure that I spread both my bed and the girls' bed. My eldest son does his own things because he's 16, he's old enough. And I also like taking advantage of daylight. We don't have electricity, we use solar, but still it is not as bright as electricity, especially outside at night. So I like taking advantage of the sun and make sure by at least 6:30 I have done most of my chores. So what remains is just eating and maybe watching a short movie, and going to bed. Honestly speaking, if there were no nets, or mosquito nets were never invented, I don't think I would ever even entertain the idea of coming to live off grid. Nets have been our biggest security, leave alone doors and windows. I'm talking nets. They keep us safe from so many things. So I have to make sure that everybody has a net and it is well tucked in before I go to bed. Now, this is where off-grid starts getting challenging. And honestly, if I had not, or rather if we had not bought a farm here, if we were renting this place, I would have probably asked hubby for us to look for another place, because hey, bug invasions and insects, and that's one thing that we are really struggling with. So on this particular day, I know we've had red ants invading our farm, but they were not really invading the house. But of late, I have seen this scenario playing out more than once, more than twice, and it's becoming a bit of a nuisance. I have tried each and everything. As you can see, there's like a white layer, a gray layer around the house. So I put up the ash, that is ash. Then I've tried putting up the used oil. I have tried pouring salt. I have tried using baking soda. I was told that I've tried all the remedies. I think I've googled all the things that I can be able to do within my budget. I have done that, but they are just, look at that. You can spot these things from afar, wherever they were coming from, wherever they were going to. I don't have a problem with them being away from the house. The only issue is when they are in the house or around the house. I have 4 children, and I don't just think of myself alone, I think of the kids. I'm telling you, it is so tiresome and cumbersome and irritating and scary having these things around, and they usually come out at night. It's either at night or very early in the morning, because I think they do not like the heat of the sun. So I did what I could do best. I poured my diesel oil, the used diesel oil, around the house. You see the white grayish stuff? That is ash. They still cross that boundary and get to the home, to the house. I'll insert some a clip of a day that they invaded the house, and they were just too much. And I was just telling myself, yo, if this was a rental, trust you me, I would have fled. So I also realized that if you put either a dead animal or food or any remnants of, bits and pieces of leftovers, they will crowd there, and they will start trailing towards the food, maybe, and start carrying the food to their home. And for that, it will distract them from coming to the house. So they come in looking for food. That's what I've realized. And I've tried using that as a defense mechanism. So I found a dead frog and put it there. Hopefully it distracted them, which, yeah, it did. Apart from the oil, they left this area and went for the frog. And that's how we managed to survive throughout the night. But it's very scary, because I have to keep on checking each and every time if they have invaded the house, knowing very well that I have the kids with me. Those are the challenges. Water, insects. Tell me about it. I spent the better part of the evening dealing with the ants, me and my teenage son. So later on, that's when I had my supper. The girls had already gone to bed, and my younger one. So it was just me and my son. We were monitoring. We were monitoring the ants. Hey, I'm telling you, we have issues, but they are very different from what we're experiencing in the city. Either way, yeah, I tried my best to just, enjoy my supper. This is what we had, and some black tea, of course. After all said and done, I boiled my water and went to take a bath. Hubby is not around, so I bathe alone. A bit scary, but by now I'm used to that. I usually we don't have a lamp for outside. We have not connected any bulbs to the bathroom. And the back of our house, we usually have a bulb, but it's not working. So what happens, we have 2 phones in the home. So I take my phone and light up the torch and put it in my jug. This is my lamp. Yeah, this is what I use. I put it there. Of course, I make sure the jug is dry. I put it there, and then I hang it up here. And that is my light. This is how we take a bath, so that you can see all the frogs and all the crawlies and whatever other animals which can come by, because there sometimes a dog can pass by without you knowing. Yeah, and you need the light. Necessity, as they say, is the mother of all inventions. I believe that if you really, really want something, you will find a way. You will always find a way to make it work. Let no one tell you otherwise. And that marks the end of my evening, my day. The babies slept. I usually sleep with our youngest, and the girls sleep on their own. Of course, my son sleeps on his own bed. He's very camera shy like me. He usually doesn't want to be seen. That's why I don't include him in any of the videos. Either way, that's how my evening ended. And this is the next morning. I'm just showing you how my compound looks like after having a sweep. I felt so good. The place looks so clean, and I reorganized my tree tree stumps, my shrub stumps, so that I can, make the place look a bit neat. And it swept so well. It swept so well. Thank you so much for watching to this end. If you're new, please feel free to subscribe. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for being with me. I'm very grateful. Please like, please share, please comment. I really love comments, you guys. Please, it makes me feel like I'm actually talking to someone. It sounds so crazy when I'm editing these videos. It feels as if I'm talking to myself, but when I see a comment, it puts a smile on my face. I just know that there is somebody actually out there who is listening to me talking alone with the crickets in the background. It's like the crickets are my audience. But either way, I really love your comments. Please keep them coming, and of course, I'll keep them videos coming as promised. So thank you so much, and bye.